From the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News.
Time for a look at this morning's top stories.
A suspect is hospitalized with life-threatening injuries after an officer-involved shooting at the El Cerrito del Norte BART station. According to the transit agency's police chief, officers responded to a report of domestic dispute on a train that a man may have been armed with a gun. Officers fired at the suspect after he fled from police, then produced a weapon as he stood on the station's trackway.
A group of Americans who'd been quarantined on a cruise ship off Japan are expected to arrive at Travis Air Force Base on a flight today. They'll continue to be quarantined at Travis just a couple more weeks in a precautionary effort to prevent the spread of coronavirus. None of today's arrivals has been diagnosed, though, with that illness.
Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf took a walk through Chinatown in an effort to ease coronavirus fears. There are no confirmed cases in Oakland, but virus concerns are negatively impacting businesses. Mayor Schaaf says, quote, "Now more than ever, the Chinese community needs to be supported."
A New Mexico man has been arrested and extradited to Santa Clara County in connection with a 2004 rape case in Mountain View. Authorities in Albuquerque tested a backlog of rape kits there and matched DNA from a 1997 case to DNA on file from the Mountain View attack.
And a man is in custody after two women were attacked in San Francisco. The attack happened yesterday morning along the Embarcadero. Police say that one woman was stabbed, the other was attacked with a tool.
In Brentwood, a 23-year-old man is dead after crashing his car into a tree. It happened just after 5 o'clock yesterday evening on Fairview Avenue. The victim has not been identified. Police say the cause is under investigation, but they do not suspect alcohol played a role in that crash.
It's the end of the sweet life for a Bay Area candy shop. Shaw's in San Francisco's West Portal neighborhood has closed after nearly a century in business. A for rent sign recently popped up in the window of the now vacant business. The shop had been a local favorite for generations since it opened in 1931. Neighbors that we spoke with said that they would go to Shaw's for their gourmet truffles, fudge, and cotton candy. It's unknown what will open in its place.
In Southern California, a drier winter is sparking concerns that we may not have an epic super bloom of wildflowers like we have in years past. Each spring, tens of thousands of people flock to Lake Elsinore in Riverside County to see the explosion of colorful poppies and wildflowers. Experts say without substantial rain in the next couple of months, they don't believe this year's bloom will be similar to what we experienced last year, but really more especially the year before. Those blooms were so vibrant they could be seen from space.
British oil giant BP has announced new plans to achieve zero emissions from all of its operations within the next 30 years. The proposal is part of a plan from BP's new CEO, Bernard Looney. Details are limited at this point, but the company aims to eliminate greenhouse gas emissions from all of its businesses, as well as emissions from all of its products by 2050. BP also plans to reduce the overall carbon footprint of its products by at least half. It's the most ambitious environmental plan from any major oil company to date. The company says it emits about 55 million tons of greenhouse gases per year.
A massive iceberg, almost as big as Las Vegas, has broken off the edge of Antarctica. CBS reporter Riley Carlson has more on the melting that scientists say shows no signs of stopping.
This satellite photo from the European Space Agency shows the massive iceberg quickly shattering into pieces after breaking away from Antarctica's Pine Island Glacier. It happened last week as temperatures in areas of the South Pole spiked to a record 65 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's among the fastest warming regions of the planet. We hear a lot about the Arctic, but this particular part of the Antarctic Peninsula is warming very quickly.
Scientists also captured this moment when a glacier collapsed in the same region. It's estimated the block of ice weighs thousands of tons and is more than 130 feet high.
These icebergs aren't just the size of houses, they're the size of whole blocks of houses.
Experts say climate change is causing glaciers to lose their ability to replenish and stay in place. And Chilean researchers at a base in Antarctica released this video showing part of the continent without snow because of rising temperatures. Scientists believe climate change has caused so much melting at the South Pole that the giant ice sheet is now on course to crumble. Riley Carlson, CBS News, London.
The ice in Antarctica holds 90% of the world's fresh water. Climate scientists say that if it were to all melt, sea levels could rise by as much as 200 feet. But that would take many generations.
Take a look outside from the camera on top of the Salesforce. A beautiful view of sunrise, which is just about to happen, actually, at 6:59. Officially about a minute and a half from now. We got the sunrise back in this 6 o'clock hour. Now it's gotten a little bit earlier and we finally got it. All right, things to expect. A little cooler for Sunday. It's going to be a bit windy on Monday morning and then warm and sunny for much of next week.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. CBS Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley is next here on KPIX 5.